Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We've got another Wax Seal Live today. And today I want to show you 3 different techniques for doing hot glue sills. So these are so fun, and I'm using the stamp from the June Wax Seal Club box. So let me know how you're doing today. Let me know what you've been up to. I know we've got Kimmy's here, Mary. I was just teaching in the flower workshop, so we've got a few people that are able to join, which I'm so excited about. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, April, Renette. Okay, so let me show you what you're going to need for these. So we need hot glue and sealing wax, and we need some paper. So this is some paper that I have that I love, and I've made lots of hot glue sills with this. When you're choosing a paper for hot glue sills, it's best to choose things that have small patterns. So this, because the pattern's small enough, we can see some cute little leaf details. We can see some details of things in this. There are some bigger flowers, but it kind of works really well. So this paper, I haven't bought it recently because I bought so much of it that I've had it for a while. But I believe it was from Hobby Lobby is where I got this paper from. But I love floral paper, and anything with kind of small patterns will work great. And then you'll need some sealing wax. So I'm going with cream sealing wax today because it kind of goes with the paper. And I've got some crystal clear hot glue warming up as well. And then the other really important part, let me make myself a little smaller. The other important part here is, if you look here, I've got all my stamps on an ice pack, so they're getting nice and cold. So each of these techniques, we are using hot glue, so that means we need cold metal when we press it. If the metal's cold, it won't stick. So we need that. And then I also have a crayon gold pen to add the gold once we finish. So, and the stamp we're using, if you're not a member of the Wax Seal Club, you should join because it's open to new members. Let me show you. So it's an every other month subscription box, and it comes with a unique wax stamp. So this is the stamp. It's the one that's in all of these sills that we're going to be using today. It's super cute, very fun, oval floral, and then it comes with 3 sealing wax sticks. So we've got aqua, lemon yellow, and orange. So yesterday I did some techniques that used these colors, and I'll do that again tomorrow and hopefully Saturday as well. So you'll see some more ideas with these colors. But when I was thinking about hot glue sills with this specific stamp, I was like, I want to use that paper. And so we're using some creams versus these colors, but you could totally use these colors in place of the cream. And if you order the box today, you get this early bird bonus of adhesive backing. So don't miss that. If you haven't ordered, you definitely want to order today. And I'm going to set this aside. And the last thing I'm going to do is just add the link to it. Oops. I'm just going to add the link to it so that if you do want to join, just click the link and it will take you right to it. Okay, so let's get started making these. I've got my sealing wax has been warming up, my hot glue is warming up, and the first thing I want to do is we're going to make these 2 types first. I'm going to set all these pretty sills aside, and we're going to use paper. And so if you've seen me make hot glue sills before, sometimes I'll punch out the shape of the paper, but I do like this technique because even the edge has that paper underneath, so it just looks really pretty. So we're going to pour our hot glue right onto this, and this is what you can do if you have a uniquely shaped stamp that won't work with a circle 1-inch punch. You can just pour the hot glue right onto it. So here's my hot glue. It's been warming up. And I'm going to take one of my stamps that's nice and cold. And my ice pack, I was using it earlier, so it's kind of wet. So you can see all that water. I need to dry it off. If I would have grabbed a towel, I could use that. But I'm just going to dry it on my shirt really quickly. But we just want all that cleaned off so that there's no water or condensation, because that will make our sill kind of weird. And then I'm just going to start up here. And you move back and forth to create kind of that oval shape. And then we're going to press and let go. And you can see I've got some bubbles. I'm going to unplug my hot glue. so it can kind of cool down a little bit. And at the same time, I'm going to check my sealing wax. Temperature seems to be the most important thing. I'm going to unplug my wax too. With making wax seals for the shape, for things not getting stuck, you always want to be monitoring your temperature and unplugging and replugging as needed. So this one's still, I'm still going to use it and it's going to be fine, because with this technique, we're cutting off the edge anyway. So we can still use it while it's hot because we're going to be cutting the edges off anyway. But once we get to the ones where we're making them like this, we want it to be a little bit more cool. And I'm going to have to do the same thing, kind of dry off all of my sills a little bit. They're all pretty wet. My ice pack has a lot of condensation in it, that's why. These haven't been sitting here for that long, but. So if you already got the Wax Seal Club, let me know in the comments if you've already joined, or if you're like, I've already been a member. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you. The Wax Seal Club seriously is so fun. It's really like just a bunch of people that love wax seals and love getting a happy mail. It's the best. So these should cool pretty quickly. We don't need a ton of time. And because it's so cold, it should come right off. It should not stick at all. And then immediately put this back on your ice pack because we're going to use it again. The second one also might be done. Yep, but the third one won't be. I just barely pressed that. But what you can do then is just take your scissors. I'm just going to cut these out. And then we'll let this one keep cooling a little bit. So from here, because our edges are hot glue is a little wax, you can see we've got kind of a more unique edge on this one, and we've got bubbles. So because of that, I'm going to use it like this instead of this one. Let's see. Just joined an hour ago. Yay! I'm so excited. Tina says it's going to be my third box. Jackie says my second. I'm a member of all three. Yes, April and Kimmy, second box. So there's a bunch of you. Patty's been a member. Raynette, I joined a few days ago. Welcome. Mary's a member. Third box. Joined yesterday. I love it. And Michelle's a fairly new member. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys are hanging out with me. Okay, so for this, what we need to do is we need to cut not around the edge, but just inside it. So we're trying to just get the edge of the sill off, but still maintain that oval shape. So I kind of do it in chunks. And hot glue, you could try this with an X-Acto knife, but when I've done it, it seems like with an X-Acto, I have to go over it a couple times, where if I just use the scissors, it seems like I can just do, I can get it in one go, you know? So I've been leaning toward the scissors with hot glue stuff lately. So this part is a little bit tedious. And then we got one more little. So then we're left with like an oval, and you can, if there's anything that's like for sure looks a little funny, you can kind of trim it a little bit. You don't want to be trimming too much because then it's not going to fill the bottom of the sill. Look how cute that is. So cute. Let's do one more. And I'm going to check my hot glue now. Let's do a little check. This is looking better. It's not as runny. It's a little bit harder for me to press out. And so I'm going to press these ones while we're cutting. So I'll just do another one here. Move back and forth for the oval shape. And this is a pretty nice temperature because we don't have all of those bubbles. And hopefully once we press, we can avoid them too. Let me show you this. So this is something that I do sometimes, so I'm sure this has happened to you guys. I'm gonna cut that one off. So you do have some time to like reposition your seal You guys see how much hot glue is on this side and then there's like none on this side? I repositioned it like too late, and so it kind of messed up that edge. So sometimes doing a little bit more wax or hot glue will help with that, because I'm trying to center it and there's just not quite enough of it. But sometimes that happens. Okay, drying off my stamp, press, and we've got one bubble. Also, popping the bubbles with the lighter doesn't seem to work very well. I haven't had very good results with doing that with hot glue anyway. With sealing wax, it works great. But hot glue is so thick, the heat like doesn't get through to pop the bubble. So these ones, it's kind of like if there's a bubble, it kind of just stays and I don't worry about it. So there's those ones. So those are drying now. And then let's finish cutting this one. Chris said, I've been waiting for it to open. It's open now. So definitely join if you haven't yet. We would love to have you. Today, we're building. Yulia and Deborah has been helping with packing orders. And so they were building boxes today. My kids built a few. Well, I think they built over 100. My little 8-year-old, he really likes building boxes. So he has been asking and asking if he could help. So he got to help today, which was fun. So we're going to have all the boxes ready and it's going to ship out on Monday. That's our packing day. So we get a bunch of ladies together and in my basement and we pack all the boxes up so they all ship on the same day. So that will be really fun. Okay, so this side I seem to just keep nicking this edge, so I'm just going to kind of trim that a little bit better. Okay, so that's looking good. I'm going to check my cream. Love the temperature. So from here, what I need to do, I don't need a cold stamp at this point because I'm going to take this one off. I can use a warm stamp and it's fine. It's barely warm. Because it's hot glue, it's kind of sticky. So it kind of just sticks. So it holds on better. You want to put it in and then tip it over and then just make sure it's stuck in and you kind of press it in. But sealing wax, the stamp needs to be warm for it to stick. Where with hot glue, because hot glue is sticky, it doesn't really need that. And then I'm going to do just some cream wax. And then I'm going to press and hold and let go. And I don't have any bubbles. So let's do one more like that. Do this one. And kind of press it in. Let's see. Andrew said, have you ever tried the white Surebonders hot glue? I have not. I've not seen that. It's hot glue that's white? I have seen hot glue that's different colors, but I've not tried that. So press those ones in, and there is a tiny bubble right here, so see if I can get that popped. Okay, so those are good. We got to let those sit. And then these ones were the ones, and if you were, I wasn't paying close enough attention, you can definitely fit these closer together than I did so that you're using all of your paper. But I didn't plan that very well. So this was the one, you can kind of see how I moved it so then it kind of ruined the rim. There's like no rim on this side. So just watch for that. And put my stamps back on the ice pack. And these ones have less bubbles, so they're going to look a little bit better, leaving the rim there. So you could always just add the gold to this if you wanted to, but I kind of like the way you can see the color underneath the rim of the sill. I think it's really pretty. So that's up to you. If the bubbles bug you, then adding the gold would be a good way to hide them. But if it doesn't really bother you, then you could just leave them like that. So we'll just go all the way around. Cute. So these are ready to add the gold. That's the last step with these. So we can trying to decide. I think maybe we can add gold all together. Or maybe we'll do some now. So I like to use a Cryolan Gold leafing pen. And let's see, questions. Andrew said it's creamy color at Hobby Lobby. It makes a pretty stamp, but it's thick. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I'll have to look into that. Have you thought of selling a variety pack of different colors of wax sticks? I have, and sometimes I haven't done it super recently. I guess I haven't done it so far this year, but in the past, I'll kind of do it by holiday or season. So it'll be like, this is the Valentine's Day bundle, and it will have like reds, pinks, and whites in it. And then like, this is the spring bundle, and it will have all the pastels in it. That's a good idea. I haven't done that like this year at all, but I've done that a lot in the past. So that's a great idea. I'll log that away to add in. Okay, so we don't want a ton of flow. So I got the flow going, but I'm going to wipe a tiny bit off, and then we'll see. If you have too much flow, it's just going to get everywhere where you don't want it, and it's kind of a big tip. So you do want it to stay just in your designated, just on the engraving. Something else to look for when you're choosing like what stamps to add the gold to is you want to choose a stamp that has a deep engraving, because the deeper, let me bring you guys a little closer. The deeper the engraving, the easier it is to color the gold. The more shallow the engraving, it's nearly impossible to do it without getting gold everywhere. So this stamp from the June Wax Seal Club box is perfect for adding gold because it's nice and deep. Look how cute. It's so cute. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, I've got a little paper or something here. I'm going to try to get off. Yeah. Something else that can happen with hot glue seals, and it was happening to me earlier today, is you know how hot glue has those little stringy things that get everywhere? Like I have some on my pants right now. Like those little stringy webby things from the hot glue. Sometimes it'll get in the gold paint and then it will like get everywhere. So if you see any of those little strings, try to get them off before you start adding gold, because it's like the worst. And that it hasn't happened to me in a while, but today it did happen, where it was just, and it just makes it so then you have to clean up the sill after. You can't use it right away. So that's how those ones turned out. So that's technique one with hot glue sills, is that you're just pressing them right into the hot glue over paper. We're not punching it out so that we have paper around the edge. Then number two is this one that we have been letting cool. So we can take these off. So these are just, they come off pretty easy because they weren't actually stuck to it anymore. They were just holding it in place. And let me grab this so we can pull it off. But I love these ones. I feel like the cream around the edge kind of like complete it and make it look like a little picture frame or something. But then you still get the benefit of having the pretty color behind it, and also the easy way to color or add the gold with the hot glue. So it's kind of mix of best of both worlds. I also like that we can do the sealing wax on the marble, so we can get a nice good pour, a nice shape. It's nice and billowy, and we can pop any bubbles, because popping with the hot glue doesn't really work. So this is a great way to incorporate both hot glue and sealing wax and get a really pretty result. Let's do this one too. So for drying time, I would say like minimum 10 minutes, but I usually wait like 20 plus, or I'll leave them overnight. or like the ones I showed as examples, I finished those around 12:30 today, so it's been several hours that they've been sitting and drying. So there's those ones. So style number 1, style number 2, and style number 3 is like a half and half. And someone asked this yesterday. I can't remember if it was in this Wax So Live or if it was in the flower workshop, but someone asked about using hot glue on the marble, and I was doing that earlier today. So all of these I made on marble, which I think did help because, well, hold on, before I keep talking, I got to get stuff plugged back in. Let me get this plugged back in. So even when hot glue is like really hot, it doesn't flow as much as sealing wax does when it's really hot. So I was getting, this one kind of has this example where you see how like there's more, it's kind of creates like this little indentation right here. But when I was making them not on the marble pad at first, it was just like really big, like way big of the wax because it's spreading so much. And then the hot glue just stays even when it's extra hot. So we want to get a good temperature, but also doing it on the marble helps this wax hold its shape better so that it doesn't spread too much. Let's see, I was just going to check any questions. Yes, you guys are talking about the pens, all the supplies. I love it. Okay, so we need just a second more. Oh, well, so the bonus in the box, if you haven't gotten it yet, or if you already subscribed or you're already a member, you're getting it. If you're a member, you always get the bonus, just so you know. But it's these adhesive backing. So there's 30, 25, 20, and 15 millimeter sizes. So these are perfect for minis. This is like could go mini or large. This one's going to go with this kind of standard size of stamp, and this is going to be your extra large size. So anyone who's making a lot of sills loves these because it just makes them so easy to use. And so I'm like, I got to remember not to grab one that I just added gold to. But what you do essentially is you just stick them on, press them on really well. And then when you pull them off, you can see, trying to see with the lighting, you can see there's the sticker there still. So then you can just attach it. So it makes it like a wax seal sticker, which makes it really nice. So that's there. So let me check let me know if you have any questions about the box or if you have any questions about this hot glue technique. My hot glue, my wax is warm enough, but my hot glue, if you can see it, when it's coming out in like a stream like this, not hot enough. So I need to keep letting it warm up. And something that I'll do, I'm just gonna, cleaning off the tip a little bit, is I'll just bump it up to high for just a couple, like until we're about ready to use it. And that'll just kind of kickstart it, get it hot enough, and then we can pour. Okay. This one I think was going to be, we can make one more like this while we're waiting for that to heat up. This was going to be the inside one. So this is really pretty versatile because you can change it up, changing out your paper, changing out the stamp you're using, changing out the sealing wax color. You've got a lot of options, which makes it nice. Make sure I'm on the camera. So tomorrow I'm thinking we'll do the pour and scrape with 3 colors. And then I want to do one more live on Saturday too, if it works out with my schedule. But I'm thinking doing either glitter sills, which I think will be really fun, or flower wreath sills. So if you guys have a preference between flower wreath sills or glitter sills, let me know. But I think that will be Saturday. And tomorrow we're going to do the multicolor pour and press, which will be fun and is a little bit intimidating because I've done it, but I've taught it to my Script and Seal Society members, but I haven't taught it otherwise. So we can get this stuck in, and then I think we'll be ready. My sealing wax is looking nice, so I want to unplug that one and just make sure that it's not the hot glue one. And I'm just going to press this in. Let's see. Do you have a link for your Amazon store? Yes, I do, Jackie. Let me share that. And I'm realizing it's not super organized, so I need to get it organized a little better. But there's a section called, well, there's a few different sections, but the crafting supplies are all the ones we use in the Script and Seal Society, but I just haven't organized them super well. So this is the store, but it has a lot of the supplies. A lot of the stuff is from my online shop. Of course, the stamps and the waxes, but a lot of the extra stuff that I use is there as well. So glitter seals. Yeah, we could definitely try those. I think that would be fun. Okay, so I think my hot glue is almost warm, so we can do one more of these and then we'll do the half and half. So for this one, we've already made a few of these, but we're just going to pour our wax on and we're going to press. And we're going to check for bubbles. There is one on this side. If you wait too long, you can't pop them, so you want to get it kind of right on. Okay, I think my hot glue is warm enough now. Now it's coming out. So I think I'm going to move the camera up just a tiny bit so that I don't hit my glue guns. Okay, so I like when I'm doing this, I put these down. It seems to help. And it is a little bit hard because you're doing two at once. So you have to you're going to pour some out here and some out here, and you're trying to make it equally balanced. And if it's pretty close, it's okay. And then you end. And then you got to take a cold stamp, dry it off real quick if it's wet, and then press. Check for bubbles on the cream side. We can't really pop the bubbles with the hot glue. And that's it. So let me show you. So this is on the marble pad. Let me show you when it's not on the marble pad. And we'll see. So it's a little tricky to try to get them equal, but we'll see if this will do the effect I was trying to explain earlier. Okay, it kind of did it. Let me see. It kind of did it, but it wasn't that bad. But can you see how it like comes out? But when I was doing it and the sealing wax was quite warm, it was like whoosh, like coming way out. So it doesn't look as good. So I think the marble does help a little bit to kind of keep it the shape a little bit better. So let's do one more here. I should have moved that a little bit. It's kind of in the way. And sometimes, like I got hot glue on my sealing wax. So if you ever need to clean it off, just use a paper towel and just make sure it's thick enough that it won't burn you when you touch it. So let's do one more. And you're just trying to evenly, just a half and half. And then I got to wipe off my stamp. And then we'll press. And there's a humongous bubble over here. Okay. So kind of let that cool. See if that one's not dry, so I can't move it yet. We can get this one off in the meantime. And then you'll just have to re-stand up your glue guns. But it just seems like when they're down, it just makes it harder for some reason. For me anyway. Okay. So here's this one. I just think these ones are so cute. I love them. They're very pretty. Okay, I think this one might be done. Yes. So it is nice. They do come off pretty well because they're cold. Let me see if I can move that out of the way. Okay, so then the other thing that I found with this is getting them off. So the trick is first go sealing wax side. So get that off with your spatula knife, and we're going to do a quick up to pull it off if we can. Ugh. So I should have let it cool a little bit more. But let me show you, see if you can see this. You see how there's some lines from where I pulled? So if I let it cool just a touch more, and if you pull it fast, it seems to not leave as many of those lines. I had one, I don't know if I brought it in here with me. I think it's still in the kitchen. But I had one where I like pulled it this direction, and so it just had like all these little lines on the back. You see the lines through there that are kind of like from getting stuck. It's not super obvious. But anyway, so it kind of worked best to... The other thing that I've been having a struggle with on these ones is because it's cold, my stamp, this part, it's kind of making it kind of weird. And so I don't think it's the water because I dried it off, but I think it's something with the coldness. I don't know, maybe it is the water. But I have a couple that have this weird kind of thing on it, but it does have to be cold to be able to do the hot glue side. I don't think I would put a complete hot glue seal on this marble pad by itself, because then the whole thing is stuck on there. But this, at least half of it you can get under, so you're able to pull it. But I'm going to let that cool just a touch more while we add some gold to this, and then we'll try it. So for this is going to be a good example of how gold doesn't go on sealing wax as well as it goes onto hot glue. So you can see it goes on really well, and then I come over here. Okay, well now it's working. Why is it working when the one time I'm like, I need to show it not working? So sometimes it goes on well. We'll test our other one, but all the ones I made earlier today, I had to do 2 coats on the sealing wax, but it did go on pretty well this time. But it's just cute. I think it's cute how it's clear. I was trying to figure out a way to do the paper underneath this, so it's half hot glue, half sealing wax with paper underneath. But that was also just, I had that weird shape of the sealing wax, and the marble doesn't work through the paper. I saw this sill, I saved it on Pinterest, and it's like a perfectly straight diagonal line of white wax, and the other side is like a clear with a paper, and I don't know how they got a straight line. So that was the inspiration. It's not the same thing, but the general idea is to do a half and half. And I'm like, maybe they cut it in half and just placed it with another one, but it's like it's a pretty exact cut. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep seeing if I can figure that one out. So there's that one, and then let's try taking this one off. So we'll go under, and then we'll try to do, yeah. So I'm not able to pull it as quick as I was earlier today because I think it's hotter than it was, or I let it cool longer. But you can see as you pull it up, it leaves kind of like those markings. I think it's okay. Also, it's just like the clear just looks so pretty. It also dries nicely on marble, even though it gets stuck. But I think it's pretty. And yeah, I don't know what's going on, why it's going on the sealing wax really good right now, but I'll take it. But usually I would say you need 2 coats, but this is working really well. So there we go. Let's see. Okay, comments. Chris said, what flower workshop? So I've been teaching a workshop. A lot of people that are here are taking that class. So I'll send you the link to it. And tomorrow's like the last day. So basically you would just be purchasing the recordings. But I'll send the link so you can check it out if you want. but it's just we had the last 3 days we did a workshop every day where we focused on flower sills, which was really fun. And I'm planning to do. I haven't decided because I thought about doing one in September, but now I'm like I kind of want to do a Christmas themed one for Christmas in July, but I want to do a Christmas one in November. So I got to figure out my plans, but I will be doing 1 or 2 more later in the year as well. That will be some just wax sills, some wax sills and lettering focused. Roberta, when you complain or brag seems that it is when it goes wrong or right when retelling the story. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I really like the half and half. I also feel like if I attempted them, I would get them epically stuck. Yeah, it is. I think at least doing half sealing wax helps so it doesn't get stuck. But I do think they look so pretty. So these are 3 techniques. So one, just simply pour the hot glue on paper, press it, and add gold. This one, the first part of this technique, and then you add in 2 sealing wax. And then this one's the half and half. But I think they're really pretty together and could be like a cute little set with the matching papers. And yeah, I think they're really cute. So if you want to get this stamp, then all of you members of the Wax Seal Club are going to be getting it. But if you haven't joined yet, this is the Wax Seal Club. And it's the stamp I've been using this whole time. So this is what it looks like. Your first box, you get the handle. You get 3 sealing wax sticks, these colors, aqua, lemon yellow, and coral. And if you order by tonight by midnight, you get the awesome bonus of 40 of these adhesive backings. So that's all I had for today. I would love to have you join. I added the link in the comments if you do want to join. And then tomorrow, we're going to be doing the pour and scrape with multiple colors. So I know I can do it, but the thing is can I do it with you guys all here and like on a recording? Like, I feel like that will be the time where it's like, now all the mistakes are happening. But anyway, even if all the mistakes happen, it'll be great because then you'll be able to learn from them too. But hopefully we'll get one sill that it works with. So that'll be tomorrow. It's going to be around the same time, around 3 o'clock. It's after my flower workshop live. And then the Saturday one is still TBD. But if you want to get text messages, I know some of you, oh, I don't have it here. Never mind. I don't have my number close by, but I do have, let me see if I can find it really quick. Yeah, I don't have it close by to find that number, but I do have a number, so I'll share it tomorrow where you can text that number and then you'll get a text from me before I went live today. Then I send a quick text and say, hey, I'm going live showing 3 hot glue seal techniques. And if you're able to join, you can jump on. And so it's a great way to like keep, like know what's going on. But anyway, I'll have to share that number tomorrow because I can't find it right now. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll plan on seeing you guys tomorrow if you're around, and everyone who's in the flower workshop, I'll see you tomorrow for our workshop there too. So thank you, and make sure to join the Wax Seal Club if you haven't. Bye.